Turn on my music. Hey, it's Poisson Variants here at Mathematical Maestro and LaTeX linguist. Kind of loud music. As per usual, how is everybody doing today? You're back from wandering blindly into the woods? Is that you trying to say camping? Did you go camping? Didn't see Bigfoot, though? That's unfortunate. That's a good point, though. That's a good point, though, the wrench. You sure did Eldritch Horror out, which respectable in and of its own right, I suppose. I suppose. Hey Zeno, how's it going? Oh, that's just what you saw. You just saw an unspeakable horror. That's good that it didn't affect you. Zeno, did you see that V theorem opened up applications? I'm just like, oh. I'm considering it. Especially because it's not like an official corporate group. It's just a group. You've seen way too much in abandoned places. Why are you hanging out in abandoned places so much? Why are you hanging out in abandoned places? You should stop doing that. Hang out where there's light. How did I not see this? Yeah, I saw it. Dare posted on her Twitter. Sidere. She posted on her Twitter that apparently V theorem is accepting new applications. Let me go double check up. I made sure to bookmark it. Yeah. Hey Jay. Urban exploration. Yeah, like wandering through I mean, okay, I'll be honest. I love wandering through like places. If there's a hospital kind of near where I live that I want access to because it's so big and I want to wander through it. The AP huge gun test today was harder than solving the Riemann hypothesis. Uh-oh. Well, you see, I think the Riemann hypothesis has not been solved, whereas I think the answers to your AP test exist. So, oh, let me. Oh, ignore that. Yeah, see. Sidari posted, yeah. STEM VTubers. You could be a part of V Theorem, a SciComm education focus group. Register your interest using this form. Oh, it's not for applications. Yeah. No, you're right. But I mean, I think that's still promising. I think that's still promising, if nothing else. You should check. That's what it's. I don't actually think I'm in the V Theorem. In the V Theorem Discord. I should join it. I also have to join yours. I keep forgetting to join people's Discords. I keep forgetting. Still dangerous though. You can encounter dangerous people. Those are the least of your concerns. That's true. Yeah, you have to be careful when out wandering, even as fun it is, but... Gen name is... You're out looking for God and all you found was some lame minor deity of insert here. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, couldn't that lame minor deity, in theory, be God? You just don't know. Incognito God. You know, it's my justification for polytheism. You found God, it's just not Zeus. Oh man, I'm surprised I'm not actually following VTherm on Twitter. Yes. Yes. You went into the you went into the woods looking for powerful eldritch beings, and all you found was some cool moss. That's respectable in its own way. Moss is cool. Provide a link to your God, but with a VPN. Exactly. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. You ate a circle. Don't do that. Don't eat circles. Don't eat shapes. Eat things that are shapes, but don't eat the concepts themselves. It's like Chainsaw Man. You eat a concept, it stops existing. Walks into a horrifyingly vast complex of microscopic organisms turning away in endless toil, claims to not have many eldritch beings. I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. You know, it's all eldritch. It's all eldritch. You know, it's what technically defines eldritch. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I like it. See. What was I doing today? Right, today our plan was Project Euler, as per usual, but currently I'm eating sea salt vinegar chips with chopsticks. Nice seeing y'all. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Bear. The best 5 minutes of the stream, exactly. I love it when someone comes in for 5 minutes, and then calls me a fish, and then bounces. I don't think you actually did call me a fish this time, Bear. I'm so disappointed. I'm so hurt. I can't believe you didn't call me a fish. God owes you a fight. That's a good... That's... Huh. I wonder what that means. Thanks for the fun. 5 minutes is always fish. Yay! I was referred to as a fish again. I feel so happy. I don't know why, but... Alright, time to fight off a feral cat. Time for my domain expansion. Vector minefield. It's the anti-cat device. Just sets out a minefield and then just boom. Cheese would have a heart attack at the blasphemy in this chat. I know. Don't tell him. Don't tell him we're insulting God. Stream routine for you to come around. You can call me a fish. Apparently. If you make it a stream routine, then it becomes one. It becomes one. Whew. Ow. Minefield, get vect. You walk onto one of the mines in the vector minefield. And it fires you in a direction. Just if the direction happens to be forward, I'm screwed. So I have to create a function when I generate. All right, there you go. This is how it works. That's how it works. So I do the domain expansion. When I do the domain expansion, it generates an equation. The equation, the function, will then generate the vector field. In the vector field, three-dimensional are mines. If you hit a mine, its location in the vector field then fires you in the direction that the vector is pointing at that point in the field. Have fun, Bear. Enjoy the doctor. I'm a genius. It takes 18 pages to explain my domain. Because... And then ultimately it's pointless. That was the thing that kind of annoyed me about JJK, is that characters would show up and be like, this is they're powerful. They are strong enough to match Gojo in hand-to-hand combat. They last 2 seconds against Sukuna, and ultimately it didn't matter. Is this vector field conservative? No, it's actually pretty liberal. It's open to changing. It's pretty inclusive. Mathematics. Can't be pointless. It has so many vectors. There you go. Useless then. Not pointless. It has points. Yeah. How do I spell varieties? That's probably right. Not varieties. Mathematics, many different, not varieties. I'm looking for a word. Disciplines? Levels? I guess levels and disciplines. Ranging. What? It's like hanging out while I write a resume, basically. A VTuber resume. Imagine that. I don't know if that's something to be proud of or to be disappointed by. I always thought mine would be applying linear transforms to the space around me so you could apply a projection map, instantly squish your opponent into a pancake. The other one I'd like would be the idea of turning the space around you into a topology. And then... Well, no. Okay, I have a few. I'll admit, I have a few. So, creating the space into a topology so you can change the format of existence so that movement becomes non-linear. The other one I like is... I forget, I made another one. Asymptotic annihilation. That's what it was. Asymptotic annihilation. So how it works is you generate an equation. And the equation, different people caught in the domain are now variables in the equation. The thing is, the equation, the where they move affects their, their position, obviously. And then the equation though has a division in it. So if at any point the function becomes a divide by zero, the person who caused the divide by zero by their position entering that state, just boom, it becomes a divide by zero, and they just like black hole out of existence. And so And the way I would balance it is that I am also part of the equation, so if I get divided by 0, I could also black hole out of existence. Reminding you of space-time algebra. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. It's like a projective geometry thing where space relatively coordinate transforms are native transforming. I'm gonna Google some shite. Space-time algebra. Mathematical physics, spacetime algebra, STA, is the application of Clifford algebra, or equivalently geometric algebra of physics. Spacetime algebra provides a unified, coordinate-free formulation for all relative physics, including the Dirac equation, Maxwell equation, and general relativity, and reduces the mathematical divide between classical, quantum, and relative physics. Spacetime algebra is a vector space that allows not only vectors, but also bivectors, directed quantities describing rotations associated with rotations or particular planes such as areas of rotations, or blades, quantities associated with particular hypervolumes, to be combined, as well as rotated, reflected, or Lorentz boosted. It is also the natural parent algebra of spinors? I don't actually know what that is. Geometry for spinor elements of a complex vector can be associated with Euclid. Oh, okay. Spinors and special relativity. These properties allow many of the most important equations of physics to be expressed in particularly simple forms and can be very helpful towards a more geometric understanding of their meanings. In comparison to related methods, STA and Dirac algebras are both Clifford algebras, but STA uses real number scalars while Dirac algebra uses complex number scalars. The STA spacetime split is similar to the algebra of physical space, APS polyalgebra approach. APS represents spacetime as a paravector, a combined 3-dimensional vector, and a 1-dimensional scalar. You can truthfully say that last week you've been in the woods and have not been camping. What happened to you, Wrench? What happened to you? Is this a cry for help? It's really cool. The entire mess of Maxwell equations gets reduced to a single equation, STA. That's really cool. Objects that rotate twice, they're kind of like a square root of a vector, and they're very fundamental to physics. Interesting. Yeah, it said elements of a complex vector space that can be associated with Euclidean space. Spinor transforms linearly when the Euclidean space is subjected to a slight infinitesimal rotation, but unlike geometric vectors and tensors, a spinor transforms to its negative when the space rotates 360 degrees. Yeah, okay, I see how it's rotating. I see how it's rotating. Boom, up, and then down. So that's where the 3-dimensional, like you're essentially, if you have a band, you're kind of folding the band and you follow around one side of it. And so when you end up at the other side, you're technically negative because you're facing the different direction. That's cool. I like that. It's a band with a kink in it. There's a great video series by Eigen Chris called Spinors for Beginners and has like 4 billion comments asking why it's not beginners. I like that. I like that. Wrench, you have that. Wrench, you have a very interesting existence that piques my curiosity. One second. Okay, sorry. Yes, Ava, you disappear for 3 minutes when we start talking about complex spaces. Yes. Yes, we do. It's inevitable. A level of and just theoretical. think that's what my... Hold on, I have to check what... I have to check what my Outlook is called, what my email for my... What the heck is it called? Hold on a minute. I'm just... I froze because I'm checking on my phone just what my email is called. That's also the wrong email. Yeah. I remember my own email. Nice. Alright. The way you like to think about it is imagine you represent the state of a particle as a vector, as you do in quantum mechanics, but that property is a vector or bivector, but don't worry. In such a space like pointing up in Z and pointing down in Z are orthogonal. Interesting. So okay, up and down are orthogonal in the physical representation of that space. That's an interesting way to think about it. Cool. Complex, but interesting. Complex. Fun. Okay. Hey, Kigato. How was your stream earlier? Alright, sorry. How was your stream earlier, Kikato? I hope it was well. I hope it was good. It's too dramatic. We're doing the quiet ARR music. Oh, no capture. And that's the wrong thing, but it's whatever. Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. This is currently showing the wrong thing. This is for a video I'm making. I was messing around with all these fun little how to like draw plots and whatnot in Manum. That was fun. I like the type of notes that I leave. Drawing a normal distribution because a Poisson distribution is being a pain with factorial values. Figure this out later. I love that. I don't know. I find that so funny. It's annoying because yeah, it doesn't like the Poisson. It doesn't like the equation of like Poisson.pmf because this is an integer. Well, actually, yes, this is integer values, and then so it doesn't like that. So but also it returns a NumPy array instead of returning. It wants a function that's strictly a lambda function. It doesn't want a function that returns something. So it's a pain. Poisson trying to be normal SMH. I could never. I could never say that. What is this? All right. That was me messing around with it and with matplotlib. I was like, okay, it can run with that, but why did I even bother doing the lambda there? That's really funny. This is redundant. Don't save. Part 2. Ah, here we go. You can do like lambda blah x. Yeah, so the thing about that is, so that's what, you know, I do down, say, here. You know, lambda 1 over pi v square, blah, 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 using the equation for a normal distribution. The place it breaks is the factorial. It doesn't like the fact that it's a factorial. So if I try to plot it, it doesn't plot as individual points. It's trying to plot it as a continuous graph. But it's weird. But obviously there has to be a way around it. I just don't know it. You're trying to start your project. Ooh. I'm assuming that's a personal project because you're on break from uni right now. You had to step away, but you're listening to answer your previous question. Nothing happened to me. You were completely okay, and you went into the woods of your own free will and also left of them. Well, I am glad for that, then. I am glad that you are safe. And that it was all of your own free will that you decided to sit in the woods for a week straight. I mean, no judgment. A little judgment. No, a little confusion. No judgment, though. There you go. All right. Is a Kikado project? I don't know what that means, but... Oh, okay. You're saying like it's a like a streamer project, not a school project. It's a personal project. It's a Kikado project. Okay, yes, I get you. Aww. Okay. Offing a bunch. Deep breath. Texting 0. You can say here because you will try on stream. You're trying to create a new voice. Oh, a new Kikado. New year, new me. You got idea will confuse a far like it. Your biggest hope is at the end of your life, every single person you know thinks you're a completely different person. From what all the others think. That's funny. I like that. Just live a confusing enough life where everybody else is unsure of who or what you are. So we have, so if you notice, I mentioned this the other day, but our problem solved went up to from 20 or 21 to 26. That's because when I am bored at work, and at one of the 2 campuses I work at, it's easy enough to do because there's nothing going on there. I open my laptop and boom. You know how to start them? I don't know either. I don't know how to create. Well, ideas. This is the place to float ideas for it. If you were to create, so are you just going for like, are you just going for, say, a voice filter, or do you want like a TTS? Like, what's your goal? Like, are you thinking like Zentrea, how she uses a TTS, or are you thinking just a filter? Only your partner should know the truth. They're all correct and just seeing different parts. I mean, that's what we already kind of do in the real world, is that we display a level of ourselves to the rest of, or to each other. You guys only see a portion of me. I only see a portion of all of you. And that's the text. But we only see a portion of our real selves, and those portions are what come out. So, who knows? But I like the idea regardless. This is, I don't actually need the terminal open because we're in a Jupyter notebook now. You know that you will code. Oh, you're gonna try and make one fully yourself? You know exactly what you want your voice to sound like. Ooh. That's cool. I you know. So you wanna actually make it from scratch, what, like taking in the signal of your voice, filtering it, and then outputting? In theory, not too difficult. I don't really know about hardware or application development, but in theory, the code behind it, or the math behind it, I can't imagine would be crazy difficult. Because ultimately what you're doing is just taking in a signal, warping the signal, running the signal through a function, outputting it. Ta-da! but inevitably there's some level of delay, and that's the difficult part. Being able to get it live is closer to a software hardware sort of issue, or it comes down to optimization of the code. If you're able to optimize the function, and I think that would also come down to language. What programming language you're using would be how fast what programming language you're using would be how fast the function processes. And so that would be in the realm of comp sci majors who would know the ins and outs of that. I just do stuff and I don't optimize ever. What are we doing? Who optimize and make code? We are on Project Euler and I don't have the problem showing. Alright, so I haven't actually read this one yet. But I did a number of these. I did other ones at work. So the code for them is not on this, they're on my laptop, which I really should just upload them to my Google Drive and then pull them from there, but I didn't, so it doesn't matter. Let's do that. Import those. Ava's axiom. Our factoring things. Oops. Where am I? That's the problem 23, double abundance. Clear. Funny, I think I ended up solving this. I solved this one at work. I didn't solve this one here. So this is not the correct one because this one is on my laptop, I guess. Problem 22 I did on here, I think. I don't remember. Anyways. Let's start on the problem 27. You did an AOC challenge by optimizing the hell out of a brute force approach rather than actually solving the problem, and you have done, like, no optimizations. The project's probably going to take you a while. Oh, that's true. I mean, but it gives you something to do in your free time, which I find to be enjoyable. I mean, the whole reason I VTube, I do streaming and like a VTuber and whatnot, is for the sake of playing time. So this is also work. Exactly. So I can get away with doing this at work because this is a type of work. You're at work being bad at CAD. No! I believe in you. I bet you're great at CAD. Have I ever worked with CAD? No. Will I ever? No. Your brain exploded when reading the problem. Let's read the problem, actually. That's a good idea. Let me actually open it up, because I have the image saved on there, but I don't actually have it open up on my browser. So let's open it on my browser. And this, you're at work doing things, Wrench said, staring at the ceiling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure CAD's an engineering program, right? You're a VTuber, I thought you just looked like that. Well, it's both, actually. This is just a virtual representation of myself, but it's pretty much 100% accurate. Alright. Problem 27, quadratic primes. Euler discovered the remarkable quadratic formula, n squared plus n plus 41. I don't know how that's remarkable, but okay. It turns out that the formula will produce 40 primes from the consecutive integer values 0 to 39, both inclusive, when n equals 40, or from consecutive primes, will produce 40 primes for the consecutive integer values from 0 to 39. I look like toothpaste. I look like toothpaste IRL? Yes, I do. I will one day do a face reveal, and it's just going to be Colgate. I still can't believe that Colgate responded to me. You want to learn doing your voice, after that learn how to draw your model and stuff? That's true. I mean, I learned how to do the concept art for my model, and then I hired someone to do the full thing. You're onto the robotics club Slack trying to get us to buy an industrial stacked status lights to make your sign system look cool and professional. That's a good investment of your money. The only thing inaccurate on your VTuber model is cat ears and shorts, as you always wear jeans. The only time I will wear shorts is in my house, and it's to bed. Shorts are my pajamas. Shorts and a t-shirt. But besides that, it's always I keep my legs covered. I know they're shameful. However, when n equals 40, 40 squared plus 40 plus 41 is equal to 40 times 40 plus 41 plus 41 is divisible by 41. It's really funny to read out loud. Let's see. If you simplify that, is that 41 squared? 40 times 40 plus 1. Yeah, you get 41 41s. You have 40 41s plus 41 gives you 41 41, so that's 41 squared is divisible by 41. And certainly, when n equals 41, 41 squared plus 41 is clearly divisible by 41. It's not your money. Exactly, you can get away with it. The incredible formula. I love how much they're talking up these quadratic formulas. These god tier formulas. The incredible formula, n squared minus 79n plus 1601 was discovered, which produces 80 primes for the consecutive values 0 to 79. The product of the coefficients, negative 79 and 1601, is negative 126,479. I don't know why that's relevant, but I'm assuming that's going to be a hint later. Surprise to all. You wear jeans everywhere. To bed, to shower, to eat. Oh my goodness. You like your role here feels like the class clown. Every chat needs one, so I appreciate it. And in an educational environment, it fits. So, what are we looking at? You got them to reimburse some grapes you bought with club money? Oh my god. New formula, x plus x equals 2x just dropped. Considering quadratics of the form n squared plus a sub n plus b sub, or a sub n, a times n plus b, where the absolute value of a is less than 1,000, and the absolute value of b is less than or equal to 1,000, where n is the modulus absolute value of n, yeah. Find the product of the coefficients a and b for the quadratic expression that produces the maximum number of primes for consecutive values of n starting with n equals 0. Sleuths, I'm doing my part. God bless. You put grapes in the microwave to make plasma and to try to clean our substrate and it actually worked. You also have a very interesting life. Xeno. Doing stuff like that where I'm just like, okay. Alright, that certainly is one of the choices of all time. Alright, what do we know about this problem? We have a little bit of information. What do we know? We know they give us a few different things. Our equations. N squared plus n plus 41. Is it capital right arrow gives me implied? Okay. Yeah, it does. I suppose. Gives us that 0 to 39 are integer answers. N equals 0 to n. Oops. Or prime, or sorry, our primes. Okay. You've done a few times when you have to be careful that the plasma doesn't weaken in glass we used to cover it. This is nothing compared to what you did at New Year's. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. That is, yes, fair enough, you know. I can't wait to see how that comes to fruition. I'm very excited. The other thing we know. Oh, Alright. That's what we know. Oh, and the other piece of information we know. Wait, why am I doing new ones here? I can just do a new one, right? -79. Warm. -126,479. We know that be less than 1,000. We know that B is less than or equal to 1,000. We want n squared plus AB or an plus b. Such that 0 less than or equal to n and equal to k are primes. All right, that's what we got. What can we do with it? So I'm gonna first say what are the things I notice. Yes, Ava, check all 4 million cases. That's exactly what we should do. If you could sum up your job in 2 words, it would be many bones archaeologist. Ooh, what about anthropologist? Oh, wait. Are you Bones? Are you the lady from Bones? I think they called her Bones. I've seen a lot of Bones because of my sister. Many bones. Oh, many bones. Fry cook at Buffalo Wild Wings. Am I close? Bone chewer. Well, is she close? Is Bone chewer close? Let's see. So, what do we have in terms of kind of relations? We have... Let me get out my... Oh, God. Let me get out my little notebook. By notebook, I mean iPad. So we know that. Let me write this down. Problem 27. The thing that throws me, all right, yeah, we could check all 4 million cases or whatever. Yeah, forensic scientist either. No, that's why we said a cook at a like a Buffalo Wings restaurant. That would have many bones. Hunter. You professionally hunt. Crash test dummy. The bones get broken. Your job highly discourages putting any of the bones anywhere near your mouth. Yeah, archaeologist. Wait, no, they have to taste the bones to see how old they are. Never mind. So, we know that... So, just the thing I see immediately... Or, sorry, that... I did that wrong. This should be 79. That's inclusive. So the first term... The first term to break... I know, hold on, yeah, drop everything. I want to focus on wrenches. Is it paleontologist? Is it medical? What is it? What exactly is it? Mortician. See, in my mind it factors into the whole going into the woods thing. I feel like it's connected. I feel like the going into the woods thing is related to it. I don't know for sure, but that's my theory. Wrestler. You break bones. So this doesn't get me anywhere. Then 40 minus 1. Funeral director. That's not a bad idea. How close are we? Is it more medical or is it morbid? Oh, do the bones belong to humans? That's an important question. Do the bones belong to humans? One. We have 16. I don't know if there's anything here, but I have an idea. It's interesting. 1601 minus 1 is mod 80 0. Bye, Wrench. I'm a long way from just saying interesting. You have become the interesting one. 80 minus 1 gives us... So this is B. This one gives us 79. A. Veterinarian? Building spooky bone temples like in an Indiana Jones movie or something? I don't know, I've never seen Indiana Jones. Don't listen to his lies, keeping all the human bones for himself. Yeah, share it with the class, God. Alright, my legs are still kind of sore from my walk yesterday, so I am going to lower my mic and lower my desk and sit down. Playing with dogs all day, work in the pet cemetery. Uh-oh. One of my monitors just died. 1 second. It's... The HDMI cord with it has been really finicky. I need to get a new adapter. Give me 1 second. Oh. 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 Wait. Are we... Do we exist? Okay. Where's Discord? Discord, you go over there. Okay. They were so young. You say that, yet y'all motherfuckers, y'all fuamokos call me Unk. When I'm like, I'm 24. Oh my god, you're so old. You're so old. What an Unk. What a 24-year-old Unk. You're mean. You guys are mean. I'm never forgiving you for this. Hmm. 40 minus 1. Well, that's pointless. Oh, wait, what's... Poisson, almost swear. I know, I will, I family friendly. I try not to. I try not to. I'm curious, actually. Oh! Wait. That's true. I need a test case. I need a... Hey! Grandpa boys, I'm 24. I'm 24. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. People being mean to me. Grandpa. Just because I still read the newspaper. I don't actually know if I've ever read a newspaper. These are questions that I will not answer or ever bother to find out the answer to. I probably have read a newspaper. Not even probably. I definitely have read a newspaper at some point in my life. If they're a grandpa at 24, you think you'd have to call the police? Yeah. That wouldn't be great. You're watching with your mom, brother, sister, father, mother-in-law, father-in-law, aunt, uncle, cat, dog, fish, turtle, grandpa, grandma, cousin, nephew, niece, and John. And John, that guy, and that guy. How could you swear? I didn't even. I came close to and I stopped myself. That's called self-control. It's a powerful, powerful tool. I'm curious. Let me get a list of prime numbers out, really. Prime numbers under 1,000. Let's see if this holds with what my theory is. Well, it gave me the first 1,000 prime numbers, which isn't what I was looking for, but they're in there. So n squared, coefficients 1. And this is first term to break. I'm seeing if my theory is correct. You ran out of character space. And almost was in there. Sure. Can't just send 2 messages. You gotta make me out to, make me out to look like the bad guy. Alright, n squared. Someone give me a prime number. Someone give me a prime number under 1,000. So in theory, I have an idea. So if my theorem, let's try that. Mod, maybe 4. No. 117, it's not, oh no, 117. 3 obviously goes into 117. Yeah, there's 3 numbers in there. Halo is a game. Yeah, I couldn't think of a joke regarding Halo regarding the 117 thing. But I'm sure there's one there. I need something more than 2. 117's a bit too big. 38. No. I know 38's not prime, but I'm doing math in my head. 1 second. 19. That's... No, I need something divisible by, like... Okay, that one didn't work. Instead of 7 there, let's do... What would 23 give us? I promise I'm not just saying numbers, I actually am trying something, but it's easier for me to write it out instead of just doing it. Which sounds counterintuitive, but I promise I'm not crazy. If I am, it's not today. It's this 4, which could work. Let's try that. Let's see what happens. Does that work? I need the sum or difference between 2 primes that's divisible by something greater than 2. But not, like, but something Divisible by something small but greater than 2. So yeah, that gives us 54. And then 54, we'll say mod 9. Okay, that's 0. Then we... So do 54 divided by 9. No, sorry, 54 mod 6 is what I'm going to do. Which is, but 54 divided by 6. It's 9. Alright, now I have to test a series of things. Let's... Alright. Lambda... F is going to equal lambda of x, or I'm actually going to as n for my own mental sake. N squared minus 23 times n plus 31. Now you may be wondering, what the heck is he doing? For I in range of 6. Yeah, because no, 9. No, 6. 6, 6, 6. 6, 6, 6. Print f of... Okay, I am incorrect. Interesting. Okay, so I don't know what the pattern was then. Whatever that was not it. My idea... Or so I guess I'll just talk about the thing I noticed. The thing I noticed is that 40 minus a mod, well in this case 41, so it became b minus a mod a thing, mod the upper limit. Wait, why'd I do as a text? I can just do vim soup was 0. That was the case for both of them. But that doesn't hold. So maybe it's... The other thing that's notable is just that, like, 1601 minus 1 is equal to 80 squared, and 80 squared is the lim sup of that equation for our situation. So that's interesting. Doesn't really hold, because 41 minus, 1, well, oh, that's supposed to be, which is the lim sup. So, like, patterns are there. There's something there. This one's tricky, because approaching it from like just the... This is interesting. Because like, and then we like, because we also have that 79. Interesting question. Where does it come from? So it's part of a thing called Project Euler, which is, I believe, 976 currently problems that are meant to be solved through a mixture of mathematics and programming, and they are tricky. they are brain teasers, and while you can technically brute force certain ones, it's not ideal. Like technically, this could be brute forced, but not gonna do that because you know there's how many different ways that we could get answers. So I want to identify the pattern, because so like I think this here, this negative 79 times 1601, I believe that the absolute value of this will be a shortcut to determining whether or not something has the most terms. I don't know for sure, but that's my guess, that this fact is kind of like a little check. They give us two different examples. And so I'm trying to find the pattern with the examples. If anyone spots the pattern, you are more than welcome to speak up. Let's see. What was the other thing? There was another thing that was interesting about the if I had one more situation where, if I had like one more example of when this works, I feel like maybe I could get somewhere, but say that to you. Like, the only thing I have notable right now is that B-A mod U is limb suit. You wish I had time to tackle this. Yeah, but yeah. There's a reason I'm only on number 27. They are tricky. Maybe it's just... Oh, sorry. But, so, part of it is that it clearly doesn't work with all primes. Ooh. But is it that u minus 1 should also be prime? Which would line up with what we've seen. For example, no, that's not true. 39 isn't prime, so that doesn't work. Alright, let's think about different... I wonder what different aspects of rules and whatnot. Theorems besides... I said theorems, not series. What are the primes? Patterns in primes? Can we analyze? I'm looking at all the different patterns that primes have. There's a lot of different ones. No wonder it's an active study. What's a happy number? Be happy in case below 6 to the 4th. Oh, being like base 6 and stuff, or base B. Interesting. Alright, so I'm not seeing anything like these aren't like specific types of primes. If they are, I don't know. I don't see anything on them. The number is smiley. There you go. That's probably what a happy number is. Sum of squares or something. That would make me happy. Oops. Welcome back, Kikado. You know what's interesting? I just noticed, just rereading this. They point out this. N equals 40. Equals 40 times 40 plus 1. 39, you know, plus 1 gets us 40, which is when double gets us that. So I think maybe it's something with this. I think it's something where our two equations we're starting with are the trick, are the related aspects. It's not necessarily a pattern so much as it is finding the answer within these equations themselves, maybe? Let's think. Let's think. N squared plus n plus 41. N squared minus 79n plus 1601. So the thing they point out in this problem, how did they say it? They say that, there's my screen. So they point out that when n equals 40, we have 40 squared plus 40 plus 41. Which is the same as 40 times 40 plus 1 plus 41. Which is equal to 41 squared. So what about when like n equals 80 on the second equation? When n equals 80, which is the first term that breaks this this pattern of primes as answers, we get 80 squared minus 79 times 80 plus 1601. That's the same as 80 times 80 minus 79 plus 1601, which is 80 times 20 plus 1. 80, the 80 minus 79 just leaves us with just 80 times 1, so plus 80 plus 21 plus 1. Oh, but actually, instead of 80 times 20, that's 40 squared. 40 squared plus 1. That's interesting. 40 squared plus 1. So that already relates us back to the other equation. Okay. We might be cooking on something. 80 times 1, 40 plus 40 squared plus 1. That 80, of course, can turn into a 40 times 2 plus 40 squared plus 1. So what is that? That gets us, so 40 is 2 plus 40 times 40 plus 1. I don't know what I'm doing with this, but I'm doing something. Well, I get 40. Oh, I get 40 times 40 times 41. 40. 41 times 40. Plus 1. I have no idea where I'm going with this. This might not be a super long project, Euler Day, but I'm not really making progress. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. No ham, no foul. Hmm. I don't know if that's actually getting me anywhere. No worry, I have no idea. Yeah. That's the problem with trying to, like, solve the like, difficult ones on stream if you don't know the answer. Is that it can... You'll have, like, moments where you're just like, I am not making any progress. And in those times, I guess it could be better to step away, but... Meh! Oh, and then we can add a 41 over there, which gets us back to 41 squared. Oh. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Because that's 40 41s, and that becomes 41. Stupid, right? I'm not crazy, right? I mean, I might be crazy, but that's irrelevant to this. Oops. Okay, yes, I'm doing my math correctly. Those are linear terms. So that gets interesting. So, fun fact. So for n equals... Oh, why is my screen... Hello? F11? F11 again? Okay. So when n equals 40... Check this out. When n equals 40, we get 40 squared plus 41, or plus 40 plus 41, which gets us to 41 squared. When n equals 80 for the second term, or for the second, you know, thingy, equation formula thingy, we get 80 squared minus 79 times 80 plus 1601, which ends up turning into 41 squared. So I think we just found our pattern. What we need, if I'm right, is n such that n squared plus or minus a times n minus or plus. We do minus or plus, then plus or minus for the other one. Minus or plus or minus. B should equal 41 squared, such that A is less than 1000, B is less than or equal to 1000. In this case, B will be definitely less than 1000 because B also is supposed to be prime. So now, is that enough for us to do a search without it being brute forced? Maybe not. But I would say that's progress. Oh, that monitor went out again. Cool. I need to check for I think I have another adapter underneath my bed. Gotta fix that. Give me 1 second while I try to find that. Anyways, that's my assumption for maybe what the pattern could be. I am going to be right back. Yeah. Oh, 1 second. Okay. All right. Put in the other one. All right, we're back. We're back up and running. Wallaby. All right. And I have 3 monitors again. Three monitors again. Good. Good, good, good. So with that, you know what I'm gonna do? I think we're gonna shift focus. I'm gonna shift focus off a project Euler for right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and change the string. And we, because it has been in my mind and I've been wanting to get back to it, we all play the old Final Fantasy 14. Brain isn't happening, so go time for games. You know what? I can live with that. Today's my day off. And more than anything, I'm glad that I was able to notice that pattern about the 40s, and I think when I step back into it, I'll be able to put something together, but... to Eorzea. Okay. Let me change the thumbnail as well. Let me make a new thumbnail in 30 seconds. Perfect. Not perfect. Very pretty, but no. I was just looking at something. Ah, here we go. Copy that. Open this. New document. Document properties. That. Switch it to pixels. 1280 by 720. Turn on lock, post that in right there. Open my thumbnails, drop in a picture of myself. If I can find the picture of myself. Perfect. My expertly made thumbnail in definitely not 30 seconds. Cool. Now we go in here, we change our... this, quick access, boom. Updating. Give it a second. I'm gonna open it, so I'm gonna hear double of myself for half a second. Alright. Alright, updated. Perfect. Oh no, I'm gonna have to... My face is gonna disappear for a second. Or it's gonna freeze. Oops. Password. It's fine to make your password password 1, right? That's not a problem. Yeah, I decided my brain wasn't mathing, and I'm like, I'm not in a thinking mood. So you know what we're doing? You know what we're doing instead? Figuring out why that full screen's an offset, that's for sure. Why is my full screen wrong? It was fine earlier. Oh, it's because I need to adjust the settings, I guess. There we go. Ta-da! You should start this game just to play with you. You absolutely should. You absolutely should, Kikado. You are correct. I'm finally getting back into this game after not playing for forever. So I would love people to join. Would make me very happy. Ugh. Hey, Bear. You're back for 2 minutes. Well, welcome back for 2 minutes. I hope the doctor's visit was enjoyable, I guess. I hope you have a clean bill of health. Or at least a mostly good bill of health. You're trying to open, but you forgot the password on your PS5. Oh no. You don't want that. There we go. I had to refresh to make sure that my stream was updated. Alright, what was I doing last time I was on here? Define clean bill of health. Not dying, I guess? I suppose that could be a good version of it would be not being dead. So the fact that you're still alive, I would say, is in fact close enough to a clean bill of health. Now, why was I... Is your math not mathing? Well, the math is mathing fine. It's my brain isn't mathing. Math is consistent. I'm just using it incorrectly. No, I found a good pattern. And I think I'm gonna continue that problem on my own time a bit later. Either later today, well, later today I want to do some more editing. But, probably tomorrow at work. I think I find it a bit easier when I'm not having to like read chat or anything. My full focus can be on the problem, I've noticed. So that's a bit difficult when I'm like trying to solve something live. But it's a mixed bag. I enjoy it, but I can see where I have some problems with it. It's a little back and forth. All right, what was I doing here? Right, I was doing hunting logs that I never did. A floating eye. You know what? We're just gonna do some roulettes. I haven't done roulettes in forever. Doing some roulette sounds fun. What class do I want to play? Well, let's do some roulette. What level is my scholar? 100? Not dying is a good goal. I agree. I agree. Not dying is a very good goal. I love how serious and angry he is, my boy. My boy Tatsuo. Look at how angry he is. My boy, I've been my building for the past 6 years. Going on 7 years now, actually. Yeah, 'cause it's 2026. My past 7 years of making my Angie boy. He tall, he Angie, he have axe, he go bonk. And he also have this giant pink hamburger. Hamburger. He go bonk. Look at he's even got like the same way my hoodie is laid out. Except he's not having it. He's like, why did you put me in this? Why did you put me in this outfit? What is wrong with you? And I'm just like, teehee, 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 teehee. Alright, let's... God, I haven't played in forever. What was my Sage? Okay, Astro's the only thing I don't have leveled up, so I don't even remember how to play Astro. Let's do a trial as... Yeah, because I'm not even up to date on the quests. I'm not up to date on MSQ. I'm in 7.2, I think. Let's do a trial roulette. Remember how to play. Oh. FTG, then... Wait, then how do I do... How do I do my Lord's cards? Do I not have that on a... FTG? Oh, they changed Astro yet again, I guess. Okay. Where is... Minor Arcana? Okay, I guess Minor Arcana is gonna be 6. What does this do? Oh, right, that one does damage, and then Crown does some healing. Okay. That's what it is. That's what it is. I remember now, kind of. Have I tried Genshin? I tried it a few years ago. Wasn't really my shtick. I think part of it is the fact that the gameplay I find is a bit... Maybe it's also the fact that I tried it at the same time I was playing, like, Devil May Cry 5. And so going from, like, Devil May Cry 5 to Genshin is kind of a gameplay shift that makes it feel a lot less exciting. to put it lightly. These things are cute. Yeah. So I played it a bit. I never played it like a crazy huge amount, but I thought it was fine. Yeah, I just really don't think Ishmak but you tried ZZZ Tato and you immediately remembered why you put it down. Yeah, that's fair. Like, the only things I've seen about ZZZ is, the character designs are very, promiscuous, I guess? I don't know if that was the right word. They are very in your face with certain aspects. Alright, let's see if I remember how to play this game. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. This is gonna be... Okay, you get that, you get that. Oh god, trying to play this game for the first time in forever. Like, I would only log on to do stuff. Let's drop one of these, I guess. Right, there's gonna be a safe spot. I remember this. And he's not turning the first time, he's just... Black Mage. How was my day? It's been pretty good. I've just kind of been doing some, like, editing and stuff. I was doing shorts editing. Nothing too crazy. I plan to do some more shorts editing later. I'm trying to get them more done as the week goes on. Wait, why can't I said click on you, there we go. Like, I clicked on the wrong person. I've been trying to edit the shorts, instead of doing them the day of, doing them beforehand. So that I don't have to worry as much about what's the word? Oops. I'm sorry, I'm so fucked. Or I'm so screwed. Trying to get them done the day, trying to get them done the day of has been very troublesome. Especially because I have to do it, like, after work, and then I have to combine it with the time I'm streaming. The combination of doing them daily has been rough, so that's why on Sunday was the first day for a while I didn't do them. That's gonna be going up to there. Was the first time in a while, but am I trying to be full-time? I wouldn't say full-time. It is very much a hobby for me. It's very much a hobby for me. And I want to keep it as a hobby. I like the like expanding. I have been getting larger and larger, and I want to continue to do that. But that is difficult if you're not willing to put in the a lot of time. The thing is, it's also it's how I spend my free time. Not necessarily, you know, streaming constantly or anything, but part of how I spend my free time is by creating. Right. Ew. Oh, wait, I can immediately hit him with one of those. Hit him with one of those. F, E, G. Oh, right, there's a phase transition. And this is just normal? Like I said, been so long since I played. Even doing roulettes, I'm like... So we're gonna pop off the heal. I remember doing this in Extreme, was so fun. Ooh. Boom. Oh, right, I forgot he does that. Oh, good thing I did this. What got me into being a VTuber? Watching VTubers. Like, holy biscuits. Thank you for saving my biscuits. Watching VTubers, sorry if it's a lot of question. No, it's fine. I'm more than happy to answer. Mainly watching VTubers, like, for me, the like kind of first VTuber I watched was it was actually clips of Hololive. It was clips of Hololive. Like, it was when Hololive English first debuted, so it was like 2020 when I started watching VTubers, and then a bit over a year ago, I made my first video as a VTuber because I just grabbed a free model and I was like, you know what? I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to mess with that. And then it just kind of stuck. It was fun. I wanted to contribute to the space, specifically in a mathematical sense. But I also decided to kind of not shy away from just doing stuff that I enjoy as well. Trying not to cater so much to popular trends or whatnot, or like play like lots of people. And this isn't a knock on them. This is the nature of the industry. You have to play you have to play like the popular games. You know, you play off of what's going on, what people are into at the time, and that's, you know, just common with sticking with trends. That's normal. And I don't really want to do that. I don't enjoy doing that necessarily. I like doing the stuff I like doing. I do like taking input. I want you guys to have a good time, so that's why like your input is asked for and appreciated. And I want to know what you guys like to see, but I also am not going to do something that I don't want to do. Pretty much. That I wouldn't have an interest in. The only reason I was willing to play Undertale and really willing to play Hollow Knight and whatnot is because those are specifically things I care about. That I have already been interested in doing somewhat. Doing an amazing job. Thank you. That's very kind of you. But that's also why my content primarily focuses on stuff like math, because that's what I want my main channel to mainly be about. Am I fine with, in a sense, being variety? Yeah. I don't necessarily have to stick to one specific thing I do, but I do want it to kind of dominate, the predominantly be what I focus on is one specific type of thing. Math VTuber. So I want to mainly do math. Today I think is a bad example of me just going like, brain isn't braining. My brain isn't doing what I want it to do. So we're going to take a break. You know what? And that's important too. Be willing to take a break. Find time to unwind and so forth. Now, let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna do try and just do some more easy stuff so I can get back. Oh, it's a cue. So I can get back into the vibe. Normally I play tank. I have no idea what I'm doing healer. I think I just want those insta Q pops. Of course, I get Alexander. Look how glowy. I'm glowy like the arena. I feel so powerful. Alright, I don't need to start by hitting draw. You just start with stuff active now. And that didn't... My portrait, I need to fix. Oh no, all the moving parts is making my model go, I need to invest in a new PC. The thing is, I don't want to invest too much money. I don't like investing money really outside of streaming into back into streaming, just because it siphons from money that I'm saving for actual stuff. And so I want to be able to, what do I say? How do I say? Be able to invest. I forget what I was talking about. How do we go from Oiler to gaming? If you read the stream time title, I feel like it summarizes it pretty well. It goes from my brain was not functioning at full capacity, and by that I mean I just wanted to take a break, I think. So I decided to shift gears entirely and play something that's been on my mind. I've been wanting to get back into 14, and so this is an excuse to. Aim never peace this season. Reason to keep believe. Oh my god, it's this guy. I hate this guy. Ratfinks Twinkledinks. Ugh. Awful. Just awful. Just eat cat treats. I don't have the cat ears on right now, so I don't think that would I don't think that would help. Oh no, my beverage ran out. Need to update the game. Two-step, 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming you're still playing on the free version, so good. So you won't have to worry. Don't eat cat treats? Why not? Name one good reason not to. And by day to place electricity. I don't even remember. Oh god, the mechanics for this are like the worst one. Cat treats are great for you. Segments, fragments in one direction. Alright, so we got activated. When he drops a bomb, we become a monkey. When another one, I don't remember. I don't know what we do with the other one. Alright, someone has to become a monkey and beat the... yeah. Someone becomes a monkey and hits the bomb to safety. And I forget the time when we're supposed to fly. Okay, we should be good then. Yeah, we're good. So then he becomes big. Do we do it now? Electricity. Okay, yeah, this is when we flip-flop fly around. Stop taking damage, just fly. Oh wait, there's a... I didn't realize there was a button to change back. There's ads in this fight? I don't remember that. Wait, I do remember the gobbledygropper. Never mind. I partially remember the gobbledygropper. You can OD on gobble fixes or whatever? Suspension of disbelief and... Alright, bombs. Get close to this dude. Gonna re-up my heals. Get away from the bombs. Oh my god, they're close. Ouch. Ooh, and right on top of the shock therapy. That's a fun double up. Please don't drop the acid rolls on top of us, and I keep forgetting that I'm a... What is it called? Astro. Oh, goodness. Alright. Alright, team monkey power fist away. Lure him away now. Jesus. Oh my god, I just realized I have literally no mana. Gigi. That classic move where you drop a bomb and then turn into a monkey. It happens more often than you'd think. It happens much more often than you think. It's kind of just like a common practice in most games. It starts from Donkey Kong. It's derived from the concept of dropping a barrel, and then, but you know, you don't understand what's happening. Yeah, that's 14 for you. MLA format. No, please, only APA. I had to write so many MLA format essays in high school. Well, I was taking college classes, but I was a high schooler, but I was taking college. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Okay, who knows? All right, let's see. Let's go to my undecorated house in Shirogane. My very undecorated house. Well, I check the Discord. Suggestions. Wikipedia speedrunning game stream against viewers. What does that mean, Ava? What's a Wikipedia speedrunning game? Is that like you're given a bit of information and you have to find, or is it like... Oh wait, is that like you start from a thing and you have to reach a different definition and you can only do it through clicking links that are like on the Wikipedia article kind of thing? Is that how it works? I think I'm thinking that's what it is. Not speak of MLA or APA. Why not? You scared of the essay? You're scared of the 5-paragraph essay? The basic concept that is the 5-paragraph essay too terrifying for you? Ooh. Ooh. I like APA because writing research papers is fun. So I'll enjoy my APA as it were. Gotta sit up a bit straighter. This is my unfurnished house. We have water, 3 people and a fish. And then upstairs we have a nice little bed. We have foods. We have a chandelier, which is 5 paragraphs. You're writing a thesis. You made a vote of 40 pages. That's fair. But also, that's pretty standard. And then we have the dance floor. I gotta grab Zero. She and I need to do the Valentine's event. Hey, at least you're not doing like a PhD thesis can be, you know, well over 100 pages. If that's any consolation for better or worse. Oh, the fish is a fish? Correct. The fish was a fish. Despite pretending not to be, the fish was a fish. I got a great house too though. So I have my house here, and then right around the corner. I want to check something. Okay, yeah, my filters run. Right around the corner. My secret little beach. I have a little beach all for myself. With the little hot springs. That's why I have the best house in Shirogane. Alright, what do you want to do next? Oh, if I do this, though, I have a risk of getting new stuff. I'm waiting to do some of the new stuff. Trying to do a thesis one in 6 months. I mean, I think you'll do fine. I believe in you, Bear. You know what? I believe in you. I have full confidence in you. Thesis in 6 months without any resources. Use something new to defend at the end of the year. Oh, okay, so it's like a... So it is kind of like a PhD. Yeah, it is kind of like a PhD. You gotta make your defense and whatnot. That's actually pretty cool. What are you doing it on? I'm curious. What are you doing it on? Let's get an alliance raid and get World of Darkness. I have to figure out later this week, I believe. I'll know if I got accepted into my grad program. And then I have to decide what I want to do a thesis on. I have no idea what it'll be, but I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to figure it out. I don't know. Like a PhD thing but for graduating high school. Oh, that's cool. I would have liked to do that to graduate. I'm one of like 3 people who's ever said that. Man, I wish I had to do a PhD defense to graduate from high school. Life's so unfair. If only. If only. You know, sunrise, sunset. I liked it. It's like I really liked presenting my, because I'm a published researcher. I really enjoyed doing the presentation for that. And writing that and whatnot. Oh. Do a thesis about how brain physiology and brainwave behaviors and how they may create mystical experiences such as near-death experiences during near-death experiences. That's cool. I like that. That sounds very interesting. Let's get on a near raid. I wonder if these still take an hour to complete. At one time. Oh no, my model is fighting it. My model is fighting for my life. Okay, we're good. I think I just need to render the stuff. Hey, Pink. Welcome. Welcome. You get to present your thesis to y'all before I actually need to defend it. I mean, the Discord would be a great place to do that. Like, that is full of people who have experience with that and would have some insight. So I would highly recommend it. Oh, I'm getting some bad... I'm getting some bad lag, I think. Never mind, it cleared up. Of course, the fish will always be here to support. The fish will always be here to show his support. What I do. It's what I do. Or at least what I try to do. When my model doesn't lag. I think if I zoom in enough, it has to render less, and then it will lag less. Ow! Stop pushing them towards me. You've had 3 near-death experiences in your life? Oh my goodness. You continue to be an incredibly interesting individual, Orange. You can just continue to fascinate me with your existence. Even though the pages seem so... Yeah. I get that. It's definitely intimidating. Especially like in high school. It's definitely an intimidating idea to have to do 40 pages. I think that's part of the problem is if you focus on something like the page count, it can feel worse. It can feel more intimidating because it's a kind of like a requirement instead of just focusing on the research and the writing itself. And yeah, 6 months is a pretty short time for that because lots of research papers do take years. But generally when they're taking years, it's also stuff like when it's taking years, it's also like people are actively doing the research, and so that can contribute to the time spent on it. But also, it's generally more than one person. Even though largely one person is doing the writing, like, do you have people to kind of bounce your ideas off of? Do you have people that you can collaborate and cooperate with? Because if so, that can help alleviate the stress of doing that much work. If not, it can definitely be pretty significant amount of difficulty there. In summary, I totally get the like worry around it. But as long as you are consistently working towards it, I think you will do well. So yeah, once again, as previously stated, you have my support. Let's give some to the Pictomancer. Pictomancer needs some love. Pictomancer needs some love. You're fully alone on it. Ooh, that's tough. That is definitely a tough thing to do. Well, of course, you're always welcome to field the Discord for ideas. Be that, you know, regarding the presentation itself, or be that regarding the, like the writing. Whatever it is. Dink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink. Things that suggestive, call subjective, call mom, because you're only seeing the surface of the glass lake. It could be an ocean trench. When I threw a call mom in there, I was like, call mom was very, very confusing. I know. Please restate the previous statement. It's confusing as heck. Yeah, I'm more than happy to support, especially because it's like those projects in general can seem very intimidating, and especially like who the hell knows how to start that kind of stuff, or who the heck? I guess I technically swore. My bad. You gotta take your leave again. Okay. Thanks for stopping by, Bear. I'm glad you can hang out for a bit. Alright, let's get through this mess of a raid. I'm glad you could stop by. I forgot that the draws restore FP. That's or MP. That's pretty crazy. I don't know if how relevant MP still is. I don't know how relevant is on Pictomancer. Because, like, it's got a whole... Because it's not really relevant, as I remember, on Red Mage. And, see, it's part of Black Mage's rotation, is managing mana. But it's not really relevant on Red Mage, last I remember. And then I have no idea what it's relevant on Pictomancer. And then if you hit Lucid Dreaming, then it's not relevant on any healers. I guess technically it's relevant on Paladin, but who even plays Paladin? Long story short, you can see interesting things, but have no idea how much or little is actually behind them. Okay, that makes sense. I see what you're going for. Yeah, it's very easy to be able to ascertain either nothing or a lot from things, especially something like a near-death experience. Have a good night, Kakato. Thanks for stopping by. Uh-oh. The tank didn't get the things. The tank didn't get the things. Oi. Sword and Board Paladin is the only real class in D&D and anyone else. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, I'll play devil's advocate and disagree with the thing that you're already disagreeing with that you said. In the only two, like, extensive campaigns I've ever played, because I've only been playing for a few years, so I'm only on the second, like, long-term campaign. I've done, like, one-shots and whatnot, but I don't really count those for a long-term ideal of how to play in D&D. I had an artificer, an artillerist artificer, and then that's what I was, and the campaign went till about level 9 or 10, and then the other one I am a wild magic barbarian. And so that's been fun. But it's Witchlight, so it isn't a lot of combat focus, really. It's primarily RP. So I haven't really gotten a chance to do anything with my wild magic yet, but I'm excited to. Although the campaign we're supposed to be doing after that, I forget what it is. Our DM told us what campaign we're supposed to do next, but yeah, I don't remember. I want to say it's... What was it? He had told us. He had told us what campaign he wants to do next. But for the life of me, cannot remember. Like, maybe it was, I have no idea. Torbeck does not like the carnival. I don't know if that's a reference to something, but that's an excellent point. We do have a funny, silly, goofy little dwarf on our team, and part of his gimmick is that he gets drunk very easily. And it's specifically anything that causes him to, like, get inebriated or, like, under the influence in any way. Affects him like 1,000, like, instantly, and like to 1,000% or like 100%. And so we have a stoner druid on our team who keeps offering people narcotics. And so when he takes when our dwarf takes the narcotics, he's just out of it the entire time. It's amazing. It's amazing. Wait, what is that? What is this? What is this outfit? The warden's dress? That's so cool. Is that, It's probably Mog Station. That's so cool. I didn't know that was a thing. And I haven't played in forever. I gotta check out what stuff's on the Mog Station now. How much am I willing to spend money on digital stuff? How much real money am I willing to spend on digital cosmetics? Ow! Ow! Right, and then there's the fly thing, and then angles, and then 9S. I remember this. I'm not totally inept or out of practice, just mostly inept and out of practice. Please don't die to something stupid, everybody. How many digital cosmetics do you need? I don't know how many digital cosmetics there are. A lot and a lot. As much as I can spend my money on, and as much as I can spend my money on. You can never have too many, really. It's a status thing. It's a status thing in this game. Who has the most stuff that they didn't need to buy from the online store that they bought? That means you win the game. There's no actual gameplay benefit to any of it. Besides, like, mounts that have, like, multiple seats and whatnot. But it's a, like I said, it's a status thing. Probably not a good mentality, you know. I'm gonna spend all my hard-earned money on a silly hat. But you know what? By God, I'm gonna do it. They can't stop me. Only my credit card company can stop me when they say, no, you don't have any funds left. Yum yum. Gotta go drain your 401k so you can win. There you go. Now you're getting the hang of it. By sufficiently reallocating all of your funds into the digital space, you will be undefeatable in the digital space. Of course, unless somebody has more money than you by having a job that they pays for more funds and they reallocate all of their funds into the digital space. In which case, you've just lost. You've just lost. Oh my goodness. Please, if you have a big explosive on your head, get away from the group. This is just common knowledge in general. If you are being chased by a targeted missile system, then please do not stand next to the rest of us. It will end poorly for all involved, primarily all of us. Thank you for your time. Alright, he's in the back. I thought it was sub 4 and more. I guess not. Based off what you do for work, you daddy. Oh, you assume you'll be able to drain all your funds more efficiently than someone else will be able to drain all of theirs. You know what? As long as that's what you want to spend your money on, that's a choice no one can take from you. So, more power to you. Alright, it's this part. I'm gonna grab the front. Nice. What do we see? Okay. C for cool. Guys, please C for cool. Where's our tank? Alright, I guess our summoner is the tank now. What the heck? Please, please tank. Come tank your team. I can't believe that we didn't die first, even though... Now annihilating. Please wait. I was confident that we would be the last to kill ours, because we were missing people, but no, I guess not. Okay, so... I feel kind of bad about the whole canceling Project Euler today thing. But I'm gonna be calling it at the end of this raid. And then, tomorrow... I mean, this isn't even the final boss of the raid, but... the second to final boss. Then, tomorrow, what I'll probably do is... I have it listed as a study day, and I do kind of want it to just be like a relaxing, chill, just chatting study day. That would be preferable to me. So even if I do work on something like Project Euler, it might not be... like, I won't necessarily be beholden or withhold to only work on that. So, that should be fun. Mark Smash. Once I do that, though, once I shift over to... Yeah, I guess... I don't know why doing Project Euler on stream is so much more, like, mentally exhausting or, like, difficult than doing it off stream. I think it comes down to interacting with people. If I feel like, you know, I'm not interacting enough with them, then I can't sufficiently focus on doing the math and solving the problem and solving the puzzle. But then when I step away from having to do that, and I'm just kind of in my own head, I can be much more efficient. But I want to keep doing Project Euler on stream. I think I just have to be better about managing that kind of mentality with myself. And then once I do that, I will be able to work on Project Euler more efficiently. We'll see, though. Ow. You're pretty sure you're the only person in that half of the United States who has your job? I'm very curious what your job is, then. Thanks for stopping by, though, Wrench. Like I said, I'll probably be calling it, after after this run, then I'm going to eat something sweet. Or do I want something savory? I don't know. I'll see if Zero wants to play. If Zero wants to play, I'll probably grab her. And we'll probably... We still have to go through MSQ. Like, post-Dawn Trail stuff. So if I grab her, we'll probably do that. I know she wasn't feeling well, unfortunately. She was having a migraine. So, if she's feeling better, then I'll grab her for MSQ. What? Oh, it's a tough decision. Oh, it's a tough decision. That's really funny. Vote abandoned the second we get to the final boss. Does it say who started the vote abandon? No, it doesn't. It just says someone voted to abandon. A modern Alt F4 joke. Do people still fall for that? I wonder. If people still fall for Alt F4. I don't know how tech literate everyone is. There probably are some people who are just insanely tech illiterate. A cool fit. Actually, had chainmail. That's cool. Oh. I think they accidentally started the fight. Which, you know what? At least it wasn't on purpose. I'll take that. Well, I'm assuming it wasn't on purpose. Maybe they are mean. Maybe they're just not a nice person. Please turn... Oh, goodness. I'm running away from y'all. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Oh, flank cannons. Whoops. I'll be the 114 player in existence who actually runs away from things when I have an AoE. Where are they? Okay, they're in the corners. Did they always position like that? Again, it's one of those things where it's like I haven't played long enough, or I don't know. I still don't know why I'm playing healer for this. I think it's because if I were to queue the tank, then I would have a chance of getting the new stuff, and I want to, again, grab Zero for the new stuff, because we both haven't done it, and that's always fun to do with other people. If I have someone else I'm doing it with who also doesn't know what they're doing, then it's a bit more fun than, like, everybody knowing what they're doing, and because it's like, oh, it's technically old content, so guess you look like an idiot, and I'm just like, oh. And that's never any fun, to feel like the dumb one. I just realized our tank's a Lala, that's funny. With 5 bone stacks? What happened, my guy? What on earth happened to you? Now, so I talked about it before, but I'm going to talk about it again. Ooh, I think Zero wants to play. I will steal her after this. I want to... I think something I run into an issue with Project Euler, or that I feel is that I have trouble with, is solving problems from scratch in general in math is tough. When it's something that's more like theorem based or abstract, like Project Euler. The thing is about Project Euler that I have to get more comfortable with is the fact that they 100% like they give you hints. The whole reason they tell you about that one problem, they give you those two different equations, is because they know that you should be thinking about how how they relate, how to break them down in sufficient ways across the two. And so, like, I ended up finding that they are both, you know, when you plug in the lim supremum, they both end up as 41 squared as answers. Now, I want to go back and look at other problems, I think, or I can just carry that mentality moving forward. But I think it would also be fine. Can we please, our tank? Thank you, we have a tank now. Carrying that mentality moving forward into future problems would be really nice. And especially because I have a lot more problems to go. You know, I'm on problem. Can we please stop whatever's happening? Hello? Why is this? Why is this you doing this? Jesus. What was that about? Alright. Anyways, since, you know, I'm on problem 27 out of almost 1,000. If I want to sufficiently up my rate, I have to get into a much better idea of how I'm supposed to be looking at them, instead of just through you know, brute force methods. Because I think even though some of them have been I've solved in a sense of the word more formulaic approaches, I have also solved a number of them kind of brute force or semi-brute force, and I want to be not doing that. Want to be doing that less so. So it's going to come down to, I think, in a sense, trial and error, and especially as they get more difficult. Because, like, I'm only working on level 1 and level 2, or level 0 through level 2 problems. I don't know how high the difficulty goes, but I imagine if we're at level 2, or, like, hitting level 2 problems, 20 problems in, then I imagine, you know, 300 problems in, we're gonna be hitting a bit higher. Oh my god, don't go invul now, you suck. 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 Did they change the way that the pathing on this works? Because I feel like that where now it just comes in consistent streams? I don't know. They probably didn't. I can't imagine they'd be updating Shadowbringers dungeons really at all. ARR, for sure. Because I know they're always trying to revamp that kind of stuff so that people don't suffer through those early times. Which apparently has been happening less and less. I've been seeing people talk about going through ARR and stuff for the first time, and it actually being an enjoyable experience. So, that, I would say, is a net positive for not only the game, but also the community. Alright. That, though, that's about 3 hours, and I think is my time to call it. Alright, I am gonna grab 0, and we are going to go through MSQ, but off stream, so I can eat first. And then tomorrow is going to be a study day, just kind of like hang out, just chatting stream, with just kind of blanket studying. Maybe I'll share it, maybe I'll, you know, screen share my fingers just going or like with webcam, I don't know. We'll figure it out though. Anyways, I've been Poisson Variance, your mathematical maestro and LaTeX linguist. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time, and bye bye.